Published, 8:46 the 3rd of October 2018, updated, 8:53 the 3rd of October 2018. Jane Merrick argues that Brexit is the product of Theresa May and Boris Johnson's toxic relationship. Picture, PA Archant Traditionally, the newspapers would preview the Prime Minister's big speech, but many of the column inches have been dedicated to her rival, Boris Johnson. The front cover of the Daily Mail reviews Boris' speech. Johnson, the former Foreign Secretary, packed the 1,500-seater hall on the fringe of the conference and delivered a speech in which he said May's Brexit blueprint was not taking back control, but forfeiting control. The Daily Mail said Johnson staged a public audition for May's job, saying the pair were at daggers drawn. More Brexit zealots behind Boris Johnson's bid to be PMTHE front cover of the newspaper reviews Boris' speech. Inside, the paper spoke of how Mr. Johnson plunged the knife in, and a leader column said that while the speech pressed all the right buttons, its content was deeply disloyal to the Prime Minister and profoundly unrealistic. The very timing of his speech, on the eve of the Prime Minister's keynote address, was calculated to upstage her and cause her maximum embarrassment, the paper said. In The Times, Patrick Kidd wrote that Boris mania is back, contrasting the excitement about Mr. Johnson's ovation compared to the vibe elsewhere in Birmingham. On the speech, Mr. Kidd said, "It was a muted challenge but perhaps a more effective one." More, Corbyn has spooked Boris' Twitter response to the big speech. He had not parked his tank on her lawn but on a nearby street so that she can see it whenever she goes to the shops. The Daily Mirror, perhaps unsurprisingly, was less kind towards the member for Uxbridge and South Ruislip. The opening line of Kevin Maguire's piece referred to Johnson as a deceitful charlatan and a deflating Tory windbag. It continued, by publicly pretending to back Theresa May after verbally chucking her under the bus, he showed himself as a yellow-bellied coward. In Birmingham, he robbed me and hundreds others of more than half an hour of our lives with a dishonest, tedious ramble. More, what to expect from Theresa May's Festival of Brexit. Britain's Daily Telegraph, which counts Johnson among its contributors, said he brought much-needed vigor to what has been a somewhat lackluster party occasion. Its leader column said that he should be praised for having an appeal which stretches beyond typical Tory heartlands, leaving aside whether Mr. Johnson is preparing a leadership bid or has passed his political sell-by date, as some of his erstwhile colleagues suggest. His speech showed why his party needs him in a frontline role, it said. Topic tags: Boris Johnson, Theresa May. The Times, Birmingham. The New European is committed to providing in-depth analysis of the Brexit process, its implications and progress, as well as celebrating European life. Try 13 weeks for £13.